Do you want to know what the most common question people ask vegans is? It's not where do you get your protein. It's not why don't you care about the feelings of plants. It's not even if you were on a desert island and you were starving and there were only animals to eat, would you eat them? The most common question people ask vegans is why are you vegan? A question, however, that seems to go unanswered, that I think is even more important, is why do so many of us eat meat, dairy, and eggs when doing so goes against our own values, our own ethics, our own self-interest, and our own concern about the animals, about the earth, and about our own health? I mean, most of us feel terrible that we do something we know hurts animals and we know hurts ourselves, and yet we do it anyway. And that's exactly what cognitive dissonance is. It's the turmoil we feel when we engage in behavior that conflicts with our beliefs. In this case, the belief, the awareness that animals suffer because of our consumption of their flesh and fluids, and the belief that and the awareness that we suffer because of our consumption of their flesh and fluids, and that we do it anyway. So how do we reconcile this? How can we see ourselves as compassionate people and yet we support violence against animals when we bring them into this world only to kill them? How can we care about our earth and ecosystems and wildlife and rivers and streams and forests and yet support the systems that diminish them and threaten them? How can we say that we care about our health and yet we eat the very foods that contribute to disease? Right? How do we do this? Now, some people might be tempted to say, well, people are selfish, people don't care, people are indifferent. And while I think that's probably true of some people, I don't think that explains the huge gap between the values we hold and the destructive behaviors we participate in. Something else explains it, and I talk about what that something is over in a new article I wrote for Live Kindly. It's an excerpt from a chapter in my book, The Joyful Vegan. That chapter is called Don't Tell Me I Don't Want to Know, Blissful Ignorance and Willful Blindness. And I think it answers the very important question, which is how can compassionate, good, kind, wellness-oriented people support systems and products and industries that are actually antithetical to their values of compassion, goodness, kindness, and wellness. Whether you eat meat, dairy, and eggs or not, I think you'll see yourself in the concepts I describe in this article. I think there'll be a lot for you to relate to. And so I'd love for you to read this article and to share your thoughts with me. So click on the link in the description, and I can't wait to hear from you. For the animals, this is Colleen Patrick-Goudreau. Thanks for watching.